Welcome back to Jersey Matters. We continue our conversation now with Prosecutor Chris Gramiccioni of Monmouth County. Thanks for your time. I really appreciate it, as always. So what is the Growth Through Opportunity Cadet Program?
We're really excited about it. We rolled that out about 3 weeks ago. We're the first county in the state of New Jersey to roll a program out that's specifically tailored to have adults with intellectual or developmental disabilities come and participate in a cadet program at different law enforcement agencies across Monmouth County.
You had a swearing in last month.
We did. It was exciting.
And so the people that have these disabilities have been working there now for almost a month, for 3 weeks. How they've been doing? Have you been able to talk to them? Have you been able to see what they've done?
Well, I've seen one. We have an intern with us, a cadet named Alex. So I've seen him repeated times. They work, the internship's about 4 months long. They work 12 hours a week. And I'm telling you, everybody in the departments that are utilizing these interns and cadets, they love them. They're fabulous. They're just happy to be there. They're really excited to be part of something that is a public service and what I think they believe is a good public service working in law enforcement.
Where did the idea come from?
I wish I could take credit, but it's an idea that generated down at a police department near Richmond, Virginia. Actually, a police officer has a special needs son down there, and he came up with the idea. And since then, with the assistance of the ARC of the United States and the ARC of New Jersey, those advocacy groups have spread the message and idea, and they came to us in New Jersey, and we were happy to partake.
Since Alex is the one you're closest with, and that you see every day?
Yes.
That you see every day. When you look at Alex, he's a good example of the program. Where does this lead? What does he get out of this?
Well,
because
besides,
after 4 months, he's gone, right?
That's true. And besides, what I hope he gets is a real pride and good feeling about working in an agency like ours. But what they get is they get life and professional experiences that they can put down on a resume or a job application. And when they work towards getting placement later on, whether it's in the private sector or potentially even the public sector, this is an experience that they have. On our end, we get a great experience because we meet somebody who's just wonderful. They're wonderful to be around, but it also helps us continue to try to be more inclusive as a public agency.
Will this continue, the program continue after this?
Yes, every 4 months. In 4 months, we'll have a graduation, and then the ARC will supply us with other cadets that are interested in working in law enforcement. Now, they have a much larger swath of candidates. Some may want to work in law enforcement, some may want to work in commercial business or work in the fire department or otherwise. So they steer us the ones that are interested in law enforcement. Yes, we will continue that.
And how do you find the people, the cadets?
Through the ARC. The ARC has a screening program, and they match agencies that participate, like ours, with a candidate or a cadet that likes law enforcement, that has an interest in law enforcement.
So if someone wants to be involved, if there's a parent or there's a possible cadet out there that wants to be involved, they should contact ARC?
ARC of New Jersey, yes, sir.
Okay. I want to touch on one last thing before we wrap up, and that is the opioid crisis.
Okay.
Because I'm a little surprised it's still a crisis. I know Monmouth County and I know Ocean County both have taken some strides. Are we still in the middle of this thing? We
are, unfortunately. I think in the long term we're seeing a turn because the awareness that's been raised with the medical and dental community, the prescription pills that in many cases have started the path towards addiction, that part is drying up. But what remains is the people that are still struggling with use addiction or use disorder, they can easily go out into the street and access readily available, cheap and rich heroin on the illegal drug market. That part we're still working on. Yeah, I don't think we've ever turned the corner. And that's what the concern is, because there's been so much attention, so much talk about it, so much money poured into it, so many programs that come along, and yet you look at the numbers and they have not gone down that significantly. In some areas have gone up. Now, I'm proud to say that in Monmouth, if we compare last year to this year at this point in time, we're slightly down. Now, you have to save the last portion of the year. Unfortunately, we usually will see a spike in overdose fatalities right around the holidays. That's a dangerous time for us. But looking for the silver lining, certainly not declaring victory here because we have a long way to go. We're still sustaining upwards of 200 fatalities annually. But what you are seeing is an increase in awareness. And the way we look at this is if we can break the cycle of addiction, if we can drive demand downwards, then supply will dry up because it's simple economic principles. If there's a demand here, if people want to buy illegal heroin, which unfortunately in some cases laced with deadly fentanyl, there's always going to be a supplier who's willing to bring it in. But if we drive that demand down by helping people with their addictions, maybe supply gets chased out of Monmouth County.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate
Very nice
it
seeing
all
you.
the time. Prosecutor Chris Gramiccioni of Monmouth County. Still to come on Jersey Matters, celebrating women entrepreneurs in New Jersey with the First Lady. That's next.